What's going on, guys? Hey, this is Mario Burr here, actually here in my home office. Check this out, got a new one. My wife actually moved me downstairs. She was like, you know what, baby, it's time for you to go downstairs. She was tired of me not, she walking by, my stuff is everywhere, you know, because, hey, I do work, you know, that's why, you know. So, hey, but the reason why I decided to put this video together, because I want to talk to you guys, you know, about something that I really think is really crucial to each and every one of our lives, especially if you haven't made any plans for not the future, because that's where a lot of people talk about, you know, making plans for the future and put money aside for you and your family. And I don't want you guys to get discouraged and say, you know what, I don't want to hear no more of this video. Guys, please pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Because this is real. Because last year of October, same time this year pretty much, last year, the unexpected happened to me. You know, I was working my job, you know, just going about every day, doing what I do, working my job, and, you know, just to try to pay the bills and do the things that I needed to do. And, of course, I was, you know, I had my online business, but I wasn't profiting, okay? I wasn't in profit mode. Not where I wanted to be, and it wasn't, and my ultimate goal was to be able to, you know, be home and, you know, spend more time with my son, do all the things I want to do. Wanted to go on, do mission trips, you know, because I know all these things, they take money. I wanted to be able to provide more for my son, because at this time, I was a single man, all right? And this was, you know, prior to me even meeting my wife, prior to us you know, dating and everything, okay? But check this out, guys, man. Like I said, the most unexpected thing happened to me. And it took me from, you know, flying, you know, even keel to bam, almost just crashing, you know? And I was like, oh my God, you know, Lord, help me. You know, what am I going to do here, you know? Why is this happening? But you know, I didn't wallow in a pool of pity or anything like that. That's not me, you know. So what I ended up doing is going through it and striving every day to get better. So I don't know if you guys know what happened, and what ended up happening is I ended up having to get brain surgery because I had a condition, you know, where I couldn't do anything. There was times I would have to leave my job early. Sometimes I just felt like walking off the job. You know, I would just go to my desk and lay my head down, tears in my eyes, because my head was hurting 10 times on top of 10 with, I thought it was just migraines. And I've never experienced anything like this, you know, before, you know, popping ibuprofen left and right. And my coworkers are looking at me like, dude, are you okay? You know, I felt like a couple times where we almost had to call an ambulance, you know. But what ended up happening, short story, is I ended up going into the ER, my son and I, and they ended up keeping me, and they said that they were going to transport me over to Riverside Hospital, is where I was going to have to get surgery. Okay, this wasn't anything life-threatening, but what it was is if I wouldn't have got this taken care of, they said the worst case scenario could be I could end up paralyzed, because where the spine goes up into the skull, the hole was too small. It was smaller than normal, and it was compressing on the spine, and spinal fluid was building up. It's like I said, it's a condition called Chiari malformation. I wasn't scared at all, but I was just thinking about, my goodness, all these other things like, okay, how am I going to keep money coming in, because I have a lifestyle that was a little more expensive, okay? Thank God for my church, where I attended the Church of Christ. And I understand that most people aren't as blessed, or most people don't have the resources that I had to me, that they offered to me. And they said, hey, Mario, I understand, you know, your condition, and that you may be out of work for 6 months to a year, and possibly, you know, worst case scenario, possibly lose your job. All these things was considered, seeing how employers and bosses, you know, tend to work, and how they, you know, value, how much they value their employees, and just all this other stuff, you know. They needed to replace me to keep everything going. All right. And they said, hey, we'll take care of all your bills, your rent, everything for all this period of time. I was like, oh my goodness, no need for that, you know. I was like, I assured them that I was okay, but and there was a couple times where I needed their assistance. My rent was almost $1,000. It was about $960. They paid, you know, a couple months, and you know, because some of my commissions that I made, including my sick leave or whatever it was, I forget, that the job paid, came in later, and it was past the 5th of me paying my rent. Okay, for my son and I. But what would you do if you fell into this situation? Because here's the tight situation right here. It got to be to the point where it has gone on so long that my job was like, hey, Mario, look, man, we're going to have to replace you, and we're going to have to replace your position. And I was working like the perfect hours for the time to do what I needed to do, be home, be there with my son, you know, especially having a teenager, needing to be there with him at night, and, you know, work my business when I was able to, considering the condition that was leading up to the surgery and everything. And it was just a hard time. So they said, if you do want to, you know, want your job, you will have to work whatever hours is available. And that means, you know, nights, mornings, all kinds of crazy junk, you know what I'm saying? So I started back, you know, when I did finally make it back, it was very, very, very part-time. I was only able to work 3 hours, not only because of what the doctor said, but based off of the pain I was suffering from, you know, from having brain surgery. But, you know, these are unexpected things that happen in life. But I always said now, and now I'm in the position that after this will never happen to me again. Never. And I said, I'm going to get the message out there to everybody out there that, you know, what if the unexpected happened to you? What if you can't work? What if you are limited on your resources of income? What would you do? That's the thing. Now, what got me through here is this. Okay, like I said, I had my church there. And also I had commissions starting to come in. And I haven't done anything, you know, as far as made any sales online or anything. But based off of the little videos that I did, the little pieces of content that I shared on Facebook, the little bit that I did over time throughout the day, say, you know, because I would go to my job, and I have an hour lunch, and I'll get on my cell phone and I'll share some information with, you know, people on Facebook, or I do a short video about a couple minutes, you know, throughout the day, adding up to an hour a day, I was able to start generating commissions. And I'm like, whoa, check this out. You know, when this commission came in with the date, I was in my surgery. And then some more when I was, you know, just in the hospital, and I did nothing for it. But months prior to that, it started happening, you know. What would you do? Are you able to survive on the income that you already set aside? They say statistically, if something happens, you should have at least 6 months to a year of income that you and your family can live off. Are you able to afford that? Especially, you know, the price is constantly going up. Are you able to afford the food? You got welfare, but the government shut down. You got all these other different things out there. But, you know, you got to consider these things. Do you want your family to suffer, to have to lower everything based off of you not being prepared? Now, I know that you can, there's a better way, because I've provided a better way for me and my family, and I'm here to share it with you. And it's nothing that is too hard. It's not hard at all. You know, when we talk about hard work online, we're not talking about the traditional hard work that you're thinking of in your mind. You know, that you got to apply physically, blood, sweat, and tears and stuff like that. No. What I want you to do right now, guys, especially coming from Warren, Youngstown area, and what I want you guys to do is click the link. Watch the video down there and see what I'm talking about. What got me through and was helping many more get through, and what allowed me to quit my job. What allowed me to be able to help pay for a $35,000 luxury vehicle. What allowed me to be able to take the vacations and trips that I've been able to take my son with me without him having to pay a dime. What allowed me to just do so much, spend more time with my wife, with my kids. I'm offering to you right now. Click the link down below.